What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, guys, we are going to be doing a video around just one game or some gameplay, maybe two games, depending on if we get rage quit or not. What we're going to do is build our best possible icon team for this game. I don't think I quite have 11 icons, but we'll put together what we can and fill in the rest with Arsenal players and play a game and talk about what we got to talk about. And what we've got to talk about, let's take Casillas. I've got one of him in duplicate. I discarded him. He might have even been disappeared by now. But what we've got to talk about, guys, is the age-old time of NepentheZ becoming disillusioned. Let's pop Maldini in there with this game. That is right. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, God, here we go again. And you'd be absolutely goddamn right. It's the same. Oh, this team is looking nice, isn't it? It's the same things, right? This week, I had fun with the Silver Stars stuff. But views across the board have shown, not just for me, but for me, but not just for me, but views across the board have shown that in general, the casual people that play this game do not care for silver content. And I kind of understand it. For me, it is a nice change of pace. And today we are going to get the MLS players as well, which is going to be quite fun, I suppose. Look at that. Yeah, basically, I'm struggling to find fun out of Road to Glory right now. And a large part of that reason is because, first and foremost, I don't like the gameplay. I know, and one of the things that kind of wraps in with me not liking the gameplay is the fact that you guys don't like watching my gameplay. Every time I upload a video where it is really heavy gameplay related, there's just so many comments just like giving me grief effectively about the way I play the game. And I understand the finesse shot meta is not the most ideal, right? I get it. But at the same time, I think people don't understand that the other ways of scoring are as equally unenjoyable. It's cutbacks from the byline, or it's a shot cancel in the box. And it's like, once you get to a certain level, we've talked about this a whole bunch, but the truth is the same, right? Once we get to a certain level, we can start Petit at striker. That's not bad, actually. We've got 10 icons in there. I'm not going to use Petr Cech, obviously. I'm only going to have one game's worth of gameplay on Pele. But yeah, I just understand that this game is not how it used to be, man. And you can't anymore, like, I was thinking about like what I used to do. And I remember when Champs was 40 games, right? Let's ignore the 40 games for Champs, right? When Champs was 30 games, since Champs has been 30 games, it used to be a case where I would play the first game on a Friday and would marry that with whatever the new promo was. Would open some packs, hopefully hit one. If we didn't hit one, we would let's put some chem styles on these bad boys. If we didn't hit one, we'd just play a game with what we had, and then Saturday would be 10 games worth of gameplay and maybe some packs after that, and then Sunday would be 10 more games and some packs in amongst that, and Monday would be 10 more games, and this is when rewards were on Thursday, and then rewards were on Thursday, and that just left Tuesday and Wednesday as a kind of an occasion where it's like, okay, I need to find something to do during this day. Let's give an engine to best. If I've got one, I don't really have that many chem styles at the moment. Yeah, that formula kind of works because not only that, but we also got the ability to talk to each other. I used to, not that I don't read the comments anymore, but I used to respond to the comments a lot. We used to have a nice little back and forth, a nice little kind of setup of, me kind of responding to comments, kind of sometimes explaining myself and sometimes just kind of giving answers and whatnot to people. And now that's disappeared, and a lot of that is because I do it on stream, which, it's just not, I just don't have the time to do it all. I don't have the time to stream and to do the Road to Glory off stream. It's just impossible. But I've got to a point on the Road to Glory where I have got the glory, right? I've got 6 Team of the Years in my team. We've got insane players. We've discarded icons. We've put icons into SBCs. When you look at the first pages of my club, and we've got, okay, there's some loany team of the years in here, but we've got this. And we've got, maybe I should play Joao Cancelo at right back, actually. Just for the facts. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's not like we've not played with Tierney. We've got 367 games on him. But, you know, the glory has been achieved. We've got 93, 92s all over the place. And one of the things that was interesting to me is, like, obviously, FUT Birthday is coming tomorrow. We know that. EA have given us the information on that. But I've seen some of the leaked players with their confirmed stats. And they're players that are, like, this level here. And it's like, man, these players didn't get in my team during the time they were released in the promo that they were released in. They're not going to get in my team further down the line when my team's improved dramatically. And again, it comes down to that whole, what are you playing for? I'm just going to go in with a 4-4-2 just like this, guys. I'm not even going to worry about, oh, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to convert Petit down. I'm going to convert Zidane up. And that's what we're going to play with. Yeah, it comes down again to what are you playing for? What are you playing for? And, you know, there's always different motives of playing this game throughout different periods of the game. You know, that you're far more interested in the first 2 or 3 weeks of just etching out every little bit of everything you can, because, my God, it's important, versus when Team of the Year is coming around, you're like, let me just save every pack for the entire time and, you know, wait and see if we can hit those big players. And now we're at a point where, you know, FUT Birthday's coming. I anticipate that these FUT Birthday cards are going to be 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, have cool boosts in certain stats. But does it change? Oh, he's out here doing his silver stuff. I'm out here with my icon team. Does it change ultimately? Is he just scoring an own goal? And here we go, right? Does it change this? And what the fact that the gameplay is? And this is where the whole, I talked a lot on stream about this today, and I actually kind of wish I had put it into a video, because I'm going to try and regurgitate it now, and I won't get quite the same message across, A, because it's going to be in a much condensed period of time, but B, because I didn't have the interaction back and forth. But oh damn, that's Pele done. All right, Petr Cech up front it is then. I'm not playing with Petr Cech up front. Let's not be silly. Let's put Smith Rowe up there. I suppose it is an Arsenal player again, isn't it? Yeah, and there's, for me personally, there's just a disconnect with the game right now. And as I say, like, I'm relatively good at this game as far as it being a video game goes, right? I understand how to abuse the game mechanics. I understand how to win games. I can play sweaty. I can try and play fun and stuff. And of course, we have certain issues with that are implied when, that's a nice touch straight away there. But yeah, we have certain issues, you know, that are implied. Oh, go on in. Go on in, Petit. Oh, Manu, thank you. You love to see that though. But there are certain issues, and look, it's a long shot again. You know, okay, it wasn't a finesse shot, but it's a long shot. And one thing that, like, one thing that's a struggle sometimes in this game. Hello. What a tackle, Maldini. One thing that's a struggle sometimes in this game is interpretation. And not just in this game, but just in general. Again, because now, you know, you guys see gameplay as live and no longer as, you know, as post-commed, right? What happens is you just see the raw emotion rather than the post-com where I'm like, okay, I can be a little bit more, like, better. I can kind of get my message across better. That's got to be for Zidane. That guy's right there is why I finesse it, right? We've got a cut back through to Zidane there. We've worked our way to the byline. This guy's nowhere to be seen. Petit. And that stuff happens, you know? That stuff happens. And it's a shame, because I think, as always, the gameplay is always one of the biggest downsides to this game, right? I think that's fair to say. Go on, Sol, pal. Oh, no, just shouldn't be doing that. And he's going to be straight in, and he's going to score, of course. And that's my bad. My bad, but shouldn't have tried to do a step over with Sol Campbell, I suppose. But this game is this now, you know? long through balls over the top, cutbacks from the byline. And I just went and calculated the total games played. Now, total games played is not an accurate or true representation of the amount you've actually played because of rage quits from you and rage quits for you, and, you know, game modes like the friendly stuff. But I've played 2,300 games, give or take, of this FIFA, right? If we take into consideration all the games that we've quit on purpose, all the games that we've quit, all the games that we've had people quit, like that game just before this where the guy quit, you know, gave the own goal and quit, that counts as a game. You know, I've played this game to absolute death. I know what works, I know what doesn't, I know where my limit is with regards to skill and ability. And you know, we're in that position where I'm finding it hard to find the motivation to care to grind the road to glory, because, as I say, I've hit the glory. We have got an absolute bonkers team. And I know last time I talked about this, one of the things that was mentioned a lot was Penrith was oh, why don't you try new teams, why don't you try new things, why don't you build an Arsenal past and present, why don't you try this kind of team or that kind of team? And the honest answer is, once again, because gameplay in general is not greatly enjoyed. Maybe it's the way I play, and, you know, if it is the way I play, I take full responsibility for that fact. Maybe it is the way I play, but in general, people just don't like watching the gameplay of this game. I don't know if it's I don't know. Let me know your experience with not just watching it but playing it as well, I suppose. What ends up happening is like, when you're playing a game, when you're creating content around the game play rather than the menus, and the gameplay is part of, you know, a large part of your audience don't enjoy the way you play the game, it creates a bit of an imbalance, quite honestly, you know. Oh, I thought that was a foul, surely. It creates a bit of an imbalance, and it's a bit frustrating, because I think if people were just a bit more forgiving with, you know, the way I play the game, and I mean people as a generalization, I don't mean you guys like personally are actually like bagging on me or anything, but if people were a bit more forgiving with the way the game was played, and if where I've aimed that, is it? And if, you know, things that like that I say in a game, in one particular game, could not be so taken out of context. And again, I'm not necessarily saying that you guys are to blame and you're, oh, this isn't me, like you guys suck, you're taking everything out of context. That's not what this is. It's more about like the example of, like, in the last video that I did, I read a guy in the box, and I'm like, oh, I read that, and I was frustrated that I didn't get the ball back after reading it. And some guy responded in the comment section, "You got totally wiped, mate, just accept when somebody blah blah blah," something like that. And I thought, you see me say I read that and get frustrated, not when I'm actually thinking I read that and now I'm frustrated, but instead you see it when, like, at the next phase of play, right? And the reason why that's relevant is because when I read something and then the next thing that happens creates a great opportunity, like if a guy makes a pass and I read it and I get the ball back the very next instance, I'm thinking to myself, okay, sweet, I've got the ball back, it doesn't matter. But if somebody like does something and I read it, but let's say I read this pass here, if I read that pass there and now he gets a goal scoring opportunity, that's when I'm like, oh, I read that. And I don't mean that specific one instance, I mean the instance before. And then the reason why I'm frustrated is because the instance I did read it, I didn't get it, and so my brain's like, oh, crying out loud, like, you read that, like he didn't deserve the opportunity to get where he is because you read the time, you know, that he made the mistake, or you know, that you defended it relatively well, right? And so it's very difficult in those situations. And as I say, that's not like your guys' fault. That's just the way it is, right? That's just the way the world is. You can't know what I was thinking about or talking about when I said I read that. So you obviously, you put two and two together, and the assumption correctly is you're talking about the instance when you said the words, which makes perfect sense. It makes more logic than me saying, oh, I read that about something 1 or 2 phases prior, right? So I get it. But it's very hard when recording live, especially in a game now that's like quite competitive and sweaty, you know, like everyone's good at this game because of how easy EA made it to play this game. It makes it hard to break the people down, right? But it's an instance of when I read the comments where it's like gameplay heavy, I sit there and I think to myself in my head, there's no way I can go and do gameplay related specific videos. There's no way I can be like, all right, guys, we're going to build a full Premier League team for the first 4 games of FUT Champs, and then a full Serie A team for the second 4 games of FUT Champs, because I know that during those occasions where I'm getting frustrated with the gameplay, all that the comments are going to be is drawing the negatives from within that gameplay. And so it's like, if the way I play this game and the way I interact with this game when I play it, because that ultimately is the big issue here, right? It's the way I play, it's the things I do, and it's the way I interact with it when I concede a goal, when I score a goal. Like sometimes, like I was playing draft the other day and I scored a goal. I won the game like 7-3 or something in the end. And after scoring like the goal to go 7-3 up and stuff, I was just like, yeah, finally. Not, oh my God, let's go, what a sick goal. It was, yeah, finally. I finally scored the goal that I felt like I deserved. Oh, dear me. You know, happy days to me. Well done. Let's hope that we get good rewards. And so, although I would love to be able to create gameplay related content, you know, I tried the Silver Stars video yesterday. People just didn't care, really. You know, it's one of the lowest viewed videos on the channel, quite literally ever, that's FIFA related. Let me go to it real quick. This guy might score a goal off of this corner because I'm not paying attention, but Juan Vieira, out you go. Nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, the flashback Royce video, 19,000 views, and the we used a full silver team in qualifiers, 21,000 views. And it's like, okay, whilst I'm grateful for those views, and for those of you that showed up, thank you very much. I do appreciate you in spite of how I sound right now, because I know I sound moany and complainy, but I just need to get off. Jesus Christ, man, this guy just every time. I just need to tell you guys the way I'm feeling, you know. I can't be anything other than what I am, right? And this is the way that this game makes me feel at the moment. And so when I see those views, I'm incredibly grateful for those views, right? But at the same time, it's a bit demoralizing because it again shows that people just aren't interested in gameplay. And more specifically, the way I play the game. And that's what I mean. Like, if I was to all of a sudden build like a Serie A team, and then during that gameplay, I'm doing some finesse shots, and then I say anything that doesn't marry up perfectly with somebody's expectations of me, I just get like grief in the chat. And it's not like the end of the world, right? It's just a comment section, but it can be a bit frustrating when people are like, oh, all he does is finesse shots, and I'm like, well, actually, that's not true. It's just that's all you're interpreting, right? You're ignoring the times where I don't do a finesse shot, and understanding the times where I do a finesse shot, and that's all. And then if I just completely take out finesse shots from my game, guess what happens then? Then I lose more, which becomes more frustrating because, you know, finesse shots are a really good way of scoring a goal. It's not my fault. I didn't make the game, you know. But B, I start scoring in a different manner, and what will happen is a trend of how I'm scoring with that will come. So it might be cutbacks, right? Because it's very easy to also get into positions to cut back. Even when I get to the finesse shot option, it's real easy to just do an LB sprint boost to the byline and cut it back instead of hitting a finesse shot. It doesn't really make a difference. And so what will happen is that kind of narrative will develop of, oh, now all you're doing is abusing this. And the reality of the situation is, I'm really sorry, but that's how this game is. If you personally have the ability to score through several different techniques every single game, then I would genuinely love to watch your gameplay, because I'm recording. I would love to see how it is you're scoring your goals and what I can do to kind of do that as well, you know. But the way it is for the way I'm playing now, I mean, this game we scored two chip shots, right? And even when that chip shot kind of, not meta, but you know, that chip shot that's broken, like the face on, even when the keeper's on his line, chip shot is there, right? even when that's happened, or when I was scoring with the pop. Do you remember that? When I was scoring, when I was like popping the ball up and scoring constantly, it was like, oh dear, that's awful. It was like all I was getting was, as soon as they patch this pop, you're never going to be able to score again. And they didn't patch it, and I don't use it anymore because I was kind of like, I just don't want to deal with having to see that in the comment section all the time. And then people were like, when they patch finesse shots, you're never going to be able to score again. And of course, the finesse shots are still relatively easy to score because this game is just dumb broken. Goalkeepers are just dumb broken. And I basically, in a nutshell, I think we've already arrived at this point a couple of times anyway. But basically, in a nutshell, you guys just don't enjoy the way I play this game. And the way I play this game is just the way I play this game. I don't really know how to change the way I play this game. See, instead of the finesse shot, I just kind of like wanted to almost, well, I didn't get the goal there because Vieira kind of wasn't there for the ball. But let's take a look at my goals in this game because it will be interesting. That guy was super high press as well. But let me look at these goals. So the first one was a long shot with Petit. Now, I personally think this is a nice goal. Petit makes a run forwards. We find him in the space. It wasn't even timed. He just hits that bang. Then this guy scored with Thierry Henry. I gave the ball away with Sol Campbell stupidly and just gave him the possession. Then we scored this with a Emile Smith Rowe. It's a penalty. Fair enough. And then we scored 2 chip shots. One with George Best here. Guess what? An over-the-top chip through ball. And that's what I mean. Like, the viable ways to score in this game, there's 4, in my opinion. And that's what I mean. Like, if you guys score other ways, let me know, because I genuinely would love to see it. But you're either going to score from finesse shots from the top of the box, cutbacks, shot cancels in the box, or over the top chip through balls. And it's the same here. You know, this guy was all out attack, so it made it a bit easier for me. And that is a really nice chip shot from Stoichkov as well. But that's where our gameplay is, right? And that's us on 6 wins as well, which is real nice. But you know, it's difficult. Like when FUT Birthday comes out, it's difficult to say or to think what I'm gonna have is a whole bunch of packs saved up, which I've already got a fair few packs saved because of the content that we've been doing. Like I can go and get a few more packs as well, but I've done all the silver stuff and all the other gauntlet thing and whatnot. So we got an ultimate pack, I think a couple of 100Ks, a 55K. Yeah, and then whatever, like I didn't even get Rivals Rules this week, guys, just didn't. But then, you know, beyond that, when I get a few more packs, let's say we pack one of these FUT Birthdays. So then we can put FUT Birthday into a team. And I know other content creators do it, but then I just know how I'm going to be. I know I'm going to still play the same way and be the same person when I play the game. And I can't change that. I can't change the person that I am with the way that I play this game. It's just really, really difficult for me. And so I don't really have a solution as to where to go with the Road to Glory beyond menu grinding. And there's no purpose for menu grinding because none of the players that we could potentially get improve my squad none. You know, this team is a joke for how good it is. We have got Team of the Year Messi, Lewa, Hakimi, Jorginho, and Cancelo. Team of the Year Donnarumma on the bench. We've got, you know, Zidane 94 in there, flashback Neymar, the Emile Smith Rowe, which is sick. We've got Rudiger and Varane, who are 2 of the absolute most broken centre-backs in the game. And it's like, if I go ahead and get one of, in fact, let me go into FUT Sheriff's tweets, right? And I've got a lot of love for my main man, FUT Sheriff. He tries to do his best for the community, and you know, with what he does, and he gets a bit of grief himself and stuff. But for example, the most recent one that he put there is Lucas Torreira, Team 1 FUT Birthday. Stats are official. Now, I'm sorry, I don't care if Torreira has 5-star, 5-star. That is such a bang average card, right? When we look at, and this is what I said about the level of cards that they are, right? When we look at who he's comparable to, we have to go down to this level of player here, right? What was it? It was Torreira as far as the DM goes, right? Let's see who we've got as like a DM related. There you go. Zacharia's headliners has more pace, more shooting, 2 less passing, more dribbling, more physical, way more physical, and sorry, one more defending and a bit less dribbling. And it's like, let's look at Aouar. Aouar has more pace, more shooting, more passing, more dribbling, less defending and physical. Aouar's not, I suppose, really a super DM style player. Let's go up to somebody else who might be a little bit more comparable. We have got... they're all like midfielders and attackers. So are they. Even Paqueta's like card is a bit more offensive, isn't it? Even like Darmian's a right back rather than midfielder. But you know, obviously like Parejo again, more pace, more shooting, more passing, little less dribbling, way less physical and defending. He's a bit more of a defensive player. Chalobah, you know, if we look at that Chalobah card, I don't want that on this. If we look at that DM Chalobah, he's got 1 less pace, the same passing, the same dribbling, 4 more physical, 2 less defending, and 2 less shooting, and has 3-star, 4-star. Again, I don't know what Torreira will have, but he was released a month ago. So we're getting cards now. Oh, there you go. So should be 5-star skill moves, he says. We're getting cards now that are kind of like comparable to cards that were good a month or 2 ago. And I do understand, I'm not naive to the fact that EA can't continually increase the power curve. There is a ceiling. And eventually, if they continually increase it, eventually we're just going to hit 99s, and every player is going to be 99 rated with 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. And then again, it comes back to what's the point? And then the point is, let's build fun teams and enjoy gameplay. But as we know within FIFA world, gameplay is played for rewards, not because people generally enjoy it. And so if your rewards couldn't possibly be better than what you've already got, why would you play it? You know, when we look at some of the other players, we've got that Nuno Mendes card. I mean, he looks decent, right? 90 rated PSG player, another one for the PSG collective. So he'd be a cool card, but again, he's not. He doesn't improve my team of the year, Cancelo. We've got Ruben Vezo, another Portuguese player, which is quite nice, a La Liga player for the first time in a long time. But this Ruben Vezo, I mean, again, looking at centre-backs with 84 pace, 88 defending, 87 physical, let's actually go and take specifically centre-backs. Well, I mean, I've got Van Dijk. Sule has been in the game for God knows how long. Kaya has a little less pace. Alaba has been in the game since Team of the Year. Chalobah, if you did him, is better than that card. Maybe a little less pace. That Martinez, that's, you know, a couple weeks old now, is there. We've got that McIntosh as a prime example. That Teze is a prime example. Teze has more pace, 2 less defending, more physical, more dribbling, and 1 less passing than this Ruben Vezo card. And Teze's been in the game 4 months. Koza, more pace, 1 less defending, 2 less physical, 2 less dribbling, 4 less passing. Niakate, 1 less pace, bit less defending, same physical, same dribbling, better passing. As I say, McIntosh, 2 less pace, 1 less physical, a bit less defending, 4 less defending, similar dribbling, way less passing. But I think you understand. I don't think I need to continually repeat the same thing over again. These players are not like what these players are good for is like building out your squads, not improving your squads. They are side grades, not upgrades. Guerrero, another side grade, another 87 rated card. Di Lorenzo just reminds me of Darmian, 100% over. You know, I don't know. Like Darmian obviously has 5-star weak foot, which Di Lorenzo may well as well. Darmian, did I do him? I think I did him. Yeah, Darmian, same pace, 2 less passing, 2 more dribbling, 2 more defending, 2 less dribbling, 4 less physical. This Di Lorenzo is barely better than Darmian, who's been in the game for a while. And so it's like, Bibu's coming, yeah, fun, okay, good for a meme, right? And I think Grealish is coming. I don't know what his skill moves and weak foot are going to be. Tony Kroos is coming. He looks pretty cool. But again, there's a lot of players similar to that regard. Allen's coming. He looks pretty cool. And again, if you're an Everton fan, you're going to love that. If you're building Brazilian teams, you're probably going to love that. Luis Suarez does look very nice. He's the one player that I look at and thinks, yeah, he's legit, right? But Ødegaard's coming as well, which is going to be great for the Arsenal past and present. But what it comes back to for me is that even that Luis Suarez, let's just have a look at the forwards that aren't in my team. Ferdinand Sterling, this Ziyech, Dani Olmo, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Banza, not that he's on Suarez's level, Benzema, forwards that are in my team, Lewa, Neymar, Zidane, Smith Rowe, Messi, Jonathan David, this Icardi, who is very good, Griezmann, who is very good, Giroud, Aubameyang and Ozil, who are very good. We're at a point where it's about building out your fun squads, and then again, your fun squad becomes, this is about now playing the game, and the gameplay just isn't it. You know, it's like, I suppose, in a nutshell, for the third or fourth time during this video, in a nutshell, I'm struggling to know what to do because I have reached the glory, and based on my perceptions of what my viewers watch and don't watch and how they react to what they do watch, people don't want to see gameplay related content from me. People don't want to see me trying out new squads and playing games, and that is largely down to the way I am during gameplay. I understand that completely. And so I'm at a loss with what to do, because I can go and build some packs and pack a couple of FUT birthday cards and throw them into a team and play a couple of champs games and be like, hey, there you go, guys. We played some FUT champs with some FUT birthday cards. Then what? Then what? Where do we go from there? I just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's time to start putting Football Manager on the channel. If it's, like, I thought about, what about just doing a brand new Road to Glory? But then with a brand new Road to Glory, it's about grinding again, and I don't want to grind this game for 6, 7, 8 hours a day anymore. I'm happy to be on this account for 2 or 3 hours a day. I'm happy to play the games that are needed to play. I mean, we have done so much with objectives this week. All of the squad battle stuff that we've done, and we've still got a bit to go. We've got to do Baker and Rutter, which we've got 6 days. We've still got to do FUT Champs Plus, which we'll get done. How long is that there for? Oh, that's there for the rest of the season. That's cool, because that means we could do that next weekend as well. We've got to do Silver Beast Plus, but after that we have done everything that is there to do, everything, and it has been a fun kind of week for me personally. Okay, I haven't done the icon swaps yet, we haven't done the Bundesliga player yet, but even him, it's like, why would I play with him? The same reason why would I play with Silvers and stuff. I just found them a bit more interesting. Matheus, why? Guri, I can't do. I'll be glad when he's gone and out of my sight. But do you know what I mean? Like, where do I go from here on an account that I'm at a point, for example, with the season progress, where I haven't claimed this yet because I don't know which one I want, because I don't know what the next promo brings for good cards. I now know that I will be getting the Premier League pack because I'm going to want that Ødegaard, right? But we've got another pack. We could go and do an icon. We can go and do the 85 plus triple pack that's there. But again, it's all pack related content. And one thing that I'm finding difficult, I suppose, on the Road to Glory with the Road to Glory content is creating those titles, those hype titles, creating those titles that people are encouraged to come and click on the video and be like, let me see what this one's about for today. That has long gone. Not even just this year. We're talking like last year, probably even the year before, where it's like, you know, the video 2 days ago opening our Prime Icon pack got 49,000 views. And one of the comments in there was, you know, he didn't get anyone good because it would have been in a title. And that's a part and parcel of like the YouTube and how YouTube works. If I was constantly titling my packs like that and never spoiling what was in it, people never would have watched it in the first place, because the perception is, anyway, if he doesn't put what's in there in a title, you don't know what to get. And so, you know, the onus is on me to create content that is engaging to watch, that people will enjoy, but under the Road to Glory guise. And that's where, again, it gets difficult, because I don't have the time to grind League SBCs for 6 hours a day. I don't have the patience or the willpower, really, to grind League SBCs for 6 hours a day, to be able to have unlimited content, to do everything, to have access to everything. And then if I start spending money on the account, I kind of lose even further interest, right? Like, everything becomes meaningless at that point. Like, if I put 12,000 FIFA points on now for 6 p.m. tomorrow, opened a 100k pack with it and hit the best FUT birthday, I would have no connection to that card. And I know it sounds weird, but I need a connection to want to play with cards and want to do things with the game. I need to have that connection. And so I have thought about starting again, but I don't want to put the whole first like 4 to 6 weeks or even 2 to 4 weeks with the way the game is these days. I don't want to have to put that whole 2 to 4 weeks in. And so I thought about perhaps doing dedicated tutorial-esque videos, but more specifically for lower budget players or newer players, or players that don't understand how certain aspects of the game work. For example, League SBC grinding, but showcase a specific different league, do some trading tips on marquee matchups, or some how to profit off of leaks and how to make the best out of your club and things like that. We could do that, but that content has, there's only so many videos you can do showing League SBCs and bronze packs and other kind of trading methods. You'll buy your chem styles on this day, and when the promo comes out, sell your chem styles on this day, and so on and so forth, right? There's only so many times you can show that. And so I'm just, I am just at a point, where it's like, what do I do? Where do I go? And I'm not asking you guys the question. It's a rhetorical question, I guess. It's more about, for me, to just kind of sit here and understand, what is it I want to do now? What do I want out of this road to glory? Because I could not have imagined, I came onto the icon squad there, look at that, but I want to go back to the top player squad. I could not have imagined that by this time right now, I would be having a team like this with a club like this as a free-to-play road to glory. And one of the big reasons why it looks like this is because EA have made it obscenely easy to get rewards and cards and players. And this is what I mean. I talked about this a lot on stream earlier. But ultimately, this game is too easy for somebody that spends any reasonable amount of time on it. Even if you spend 2 to 3 hours a day on FIFA, you can get teams as good as this. Maybe not quite as good as this because of the Messi, the Leo, etc. But in general, you can get teams as good as this because there is just a plethora of opportunity. If we look at the live SBCs right now, with what's there, like if I started a brand new account today, I'd go and do icon swaps until I got the 81, 82, 83 by 25 packs, and then look at what we've got. I mean, if we look at what's live, forget the silver stuff as well. We've got a mid-icon player pick I wouldn't touch, it's too expensive. We've got a couple SBCs there that are decent value and relatively easy to complete. We've got the 1081 double upgrade packs, which will give me a load of fodder, which would be nice and maybe a good player. We've got the prime icon upgrade that's still there for another 3 days, which will give me a massive icon. I've got a player of the month there that I'd be able to start right now, and Correa that I'd be able to do right now that would be really good starting players. We've got a whole bunch of icons that would be able to attack very early on that would be decent. And, getting that Future Stars Haji as well, who'd be a decent card to have. Getting a Lone Zidane to play some games with to qualify for FUT Champs. Like, it would just be, like, it doesn't take long, even at 2-3 hours a day, to go and get your rewards from Champs and Rivals, go and get some fun players from the objectives menu, go and do some SBCs to upgrade your squad. It just doesn't take long, right? At least not in my opinion anyway, And so even if we started again, we'd arrive at the point of where do we go from here very quickly. And it comes again down to gameplay. Always comes back to gameplay for me. And as I say, I'm quite good at this game as far as the game goes. I know I abuse game mechanics. I'm fully aware of the fact that I abuse what's broken in this game. But that is the way people play this game. You're either an abuser of game mechanic A, B, and C, or a game mechanic of B, C, and D, right? Because those people that I'm playing against, the reason why I'm scoring so many finesse shots is because they're abusing the game mechanics of let me just sit deep, let my defensive line do all the game work for me, have 2 players standing on the halfway line, let the AI defend for me, get the ball, bang it up the field, do a 1-2 chip through ball, get a cutback and score a goal. It's like that kind of like loggerheads of you either do this or you do this with a few little tangents otherwise. But the core concepts of the way this game is played is it's just not like I'm good at it, but it's not fun, So yeah, I've been rambling on enough for 40 minutes now. I'm going to see what comes at 6 to talk about that, because I think there's some MLS stuff coming today, and I'm excited to see what it is and how good it is. But yeah, as per usual, guys, I'm very intrigued to see what you guys have to say. I know how I sound in these videos. I'm not like complaining or anything. I'm so grateful for what I have. I'm so grateful for the career that I've got because of you guys' viewership. I'm so grateful for the support that this series has had since I took it to a brand new channel in 2016. That's 6 years ago now that I brought it to this channel. I am so grateful for the 522,000 subscribers that are on this channel, and for the at least 20 to 30,000 people that show up every single video. That is an absolutely mammoth amount of viewership, even though it's not what I used to get or what I could potentially get if I kind of like, you know, went down different avenues and did things that I just really didn't enjoy doing. But for those of you that show up, I'm so grateful. And I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but as I said at one point through this video already, all I could do is just be me. And I just have that underlying feeling that what I do and how I play this game and the way I am with this game is not in line anymore with what people expect from content creators within videos, Road to Glories, content, or anything. I think I'm just at a difference with what people want from me versus what I'm giving them. And I'm not going to like force myself to do something I don't enjoy doing or be a certain way on video just for the sake of views. I can only be me, and that is where my head is at now. That's what I'm feeling with the Road to Glory now. But with that being said, this isn't like it's the end. I don't want it to be the end. I didn't work this hard on this account this year. I didn't grind all those hours through Team of the Year and grind all that time up until Team of the Year to be like, all right, guys, we're done. I don't want this to be the end of the Road to Glory. I need to figure out what's next for the Road to Glory, if that makes sense. And at the moment, I can't. I really thought the Silver Stars stuff would be really cool. I really thought you guys would enjoy it massively, and people just didn't. And that might not be my content per se. That might be the silver stuff more so than anything else that people just weren't enjoying, right? But I was like, damn, this is cool. I'm enjoying playing for these cars. I'm enjoying playing with these cars. There's something a little bit different. It's fun to see like a Pogba and a De Bruyne as a silver card and things like that. But ultimately, it was wide of the mark. So yeah, I'll be back for the 6 p.m. content for a little outro on this video. But I am super excited to see what you guys have to say. And let's see if we can't figure out a way to find the next stage of Road to Glory, or reinvent the Road to Glory in some fashion, opposed to just giving up and saying, we've done it, we've called it a day. Because I still do have, I know it's becoming a little bit of a joke on the channel, but I do have every intention still of getting 1,000 goals on this guy. I don't think he's our top scorer, but he is certainly one of the top scorers. What have we got? Messi's on a 109. Maybe he is the top scorer. 144 on him. What's Aubameyang got? 182 on Aubameyang. So, you know, Aubameyang's got just about 301 goal contributions altogether. And Smith Rowe is currently on 207 goal contributions, 205 goal contributions. But I do still anticipate getting 1,000 goals on Smith Rowe. He is going to be in every team from like now until the end of the game cycle. He'll just be there all the time. So I know I've memed it and stuff, but we're working on it. We're getting there. But yeah, anyway, I'll be back for the 6 p.m. stuff. I'll see you there. All right, guys. And so to end off today's video, EA have given us some new MLS Foundations players. They look pretty cool. We are definitely going to do them. You know, I don't know when, but I'm going to try, you know, sometimes I just got to talk it out, you know. I'm going to try and find that what I think everything that I just talked about in today's video could have been summed up in me saying, hi guys, Road to Glory is done. We've won the Road to Glory. I don't want to give up. I want to figure out what to do next. That should have been basically been all I said. But hey, we live and we learn, don't we? We live and we learn. The PIMS coming is going to be very interesting. But hopefully, can we go into the game, please? Please. There's not really much for content. There's an 85 plus triple pack, which I want to build. There's an 84 plus player pick, which I want to build to save for tomorrow. I still need to finish off qualifications, which I'll do tomorrow as well. I don't really care about champs or rivals, right? unless we're playing for something, which we might. Can we please log in? Oh, there we go. So yeah, the last thing to do for today, as I say, we're going to get those objectives done. I do want to do the silver objectives. They're there for plenty of time. Silver beasts as well. They're there for plenty of time. And then, yeah, the milestones, I'm looking forwards. We can do these guys with the silver stuff as well, can't we? Which is quite nice. So whilst there's not really anything else to do, guys, we will end with the preview packet. And so here we go. Are we going to make profit off our preview pack? Maybe so. Who knows? What consumables do we get? Cam Centre Forward, a Maestro. And that's about it. There is marquee matchups, but again, I'm going to save that for tomorrow as well. So for today, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening today. Yeah, we'll see what the future brings with the Road to Glory. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.